Welcome to Kickstarter Radio. I'm your host Lipstickpaddy, and today is our final thoughts on Zombicide White Death. Now, actually, this has surprised me that it actually made so much. Many are saying that it isn't blown up at all, but I think it has. 15,000 backers. It's actually done surprisingly well. Look at the community here. They've actually brought in over 1,000 new backers on it. That obviously don't have any Zombicide, so they've actually brought new people into the franchise, which is very cool. And yeah, but you know, why would you get this if you already had Zombicide? Maybe you just want another version of it. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I have no empathy. I just have no understanding of a Simon fan that backs everything Simon. I mean, I don't understand why you'd need another Zombicide in your collection. Isn't one enough for you? I mean, all right, if you want a sci-fi version, you want a fantasy one, then maybe you want different themes, maybe, you know. But, hey, you know, I'll never understand that. It's like people that play Call of Duty every year, or if you play EA Sports titles every year. There, you know, whatever. I'm not that type of consumer. So, when I did my first video on this, I heavily criticised it, but you can go to that video for criticising it. I'll give you a quick... nothing has changed, by the way. Criticisms still are there. But we'll see what happens, because it has grown. They've brought loads of stuff out. That's what we're here to talk about, is the additional stuff. Now, the main pledge here, which has so much copy-paste miniatures here, that it actually looks like it's going to be a table hog, just a story on the table or near the table for when you'll need it. I mean, look at the vast army that's coming in here. You need... You know, you are going to need a bigger room, I'd say, than any other Zombicide. It looks like there is a big army coming in on this tower defense. It's not tower defense, is it? But almost. Lunar Coil, that's gone over my head. No idea who they are. Whatever. Now, so this is interesting here. They have gone for this all-in pledge here, which is the Eternal Champion, we'll look at that, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing that came in out of nowhere. Okay. And they've got all... they've got all these boxes. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, do you really need all this? Oh my God, man. I mean, for me, when you go to a project and it starts off and it suddenly starts getting bloated with expansion content, and then the kitchen sink gets thrown in, that is enough for me to walk out the door and leave it. Look at all this nonsense. Holy shite, man. How much is the full pledge? I don't know. I mean, it's funny because when they were unlocking miniatures, they did an update, didn't they? They have an update on everything they've unlocked. And, 97 updates during the campaign. Right, so 50 bucks here, you get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Already the game's got better, because you can play the ninjas in a half shell instead of the crappy characters, themeless. I don't like that word themeless, but you know, just nonsense characters that they've got in here. At least you've got some branded recognition now that is more funded. So I mean, this is great. The 4 Ninja Turtles actually defending the place sounds like a better game already. I think you could have come in with the gate. You could have come in as the gate opened with this, and it would have had a better thing, right? But of course, it has more game tiles, which is what you want. You want more content, so you can vary it up a bit. Comes with more weapons. The heroes themselves have to come with their signature weapons, don't they? Absolutely. Nunchuck, the size, the swords, and of course the big stick, the staff, whatever you want to call it. That's really good, and yeah, so that's fantastic. I don't see why you wouldn't add that. That's what you would add, isn't it? Eternal Empire. This is a campaign, isn't it? This Eternal Empire is a mini campaign, but it's a little bit of I want to say it's as little as you can do to call it a campaign. It's 136 objective cards with a campaign sheet notepad. So you're going off these objective cards. It's not really a campaign. The concept of a campaign is you're using the same heroes and they're leveling up through the whole campaign. This game does not support anything like that. So I don't know. I mean, come on, Simon, you can do it better than that. I really wish that they use this license and push it into a real adventure hex crawler. It so needs it. I mean, it would be so cool. Come on, Simon, you can do it. But okay, if I want a campaign, this light campaign of Simon, yeah, I get that as well. I can see these two. Yeah, you'd add them. I'm trying to be as cool as a cucumber here, but $35 here for climbers and terracotta walkers. No, I wouldn't add that. Crossfire pack, no. I mean, at the end of the day, they've got so many copy-paste miniatures. Why don't they just put this in at the beginning? Because of money, of course. You know, there's some... Do I have to mention this? I always have to mention stuff, and this is radio. I like to talk off topic. It's somewhat on topic. On Game Phone tomorrow there is an amazing project that I can't wait to cover, and I will be backing it. I've been waiting to back this. It's come out late. I thought it would have come out earlier in the year. And Guards of Atlantis. Is it Guards of Atlantis 2? My brain has gone. It's a skirmish Dota game. And people are saying, oh my god, it's $40 for 5 new heroes. Yeah, but that's $40 for 5 new heroes, and every hero has a full deck of cards, and each hero has a miniature and a big board. And not only that, but that mini has to be balanced with every other hero in the game. It takes a lot of development to do that. And people are complaining that it's $40. Well, here you've got $35 for, you know, it's quite a lot of minis here, but I mean, there's not much development behind these. It's effectively 6 different minis. Press print 5 times, and the AI behind them is very, very simple. In fact, this whole game relies on simple AI. And I guess it really needs to have simple AI, because you've got a lot of different enemies if you're getting all these packs. You can't be studying each one. They're not necessarily a baddie, are they? They're cannon fodder, I guess. So yeah, Divine Beast. Oh, you'd want to have this, wouldn't you? More abominations. There's not enough in the base. Why aren't these in the base? Because of money, of course. Warlords of the Rising Sun. This is more survivors, isn't it? Do you need more? I mean, they're not that different. I don't know. Warlords of the Middle Kingdom. I do like the big guys here. Look at these guys. The smaller baddie here looks like the guy off Madara's main box, funnily enough. The big fat guy looks cool, but I don't think I'd go for this. $25? Nope. This is all just bulk. It's all bulk. Virtues of Bushido. More heroes. No, I mean, is that what you're getting here? 7 equipment cards of the same sword. I'm sure that's just a placeholder. I don't know. Adding more equipment though. Celestial Knights, more heroes to play. But again, there's not much between them all. Berserker Walkers. Jeez, how many different types of monsters are you going to have here? This is massive. And how are you going to keep them in all these small boxes? There's a lot going on here, isn't there? Usagi Yojimbo. Who the feck is that? I wonder if all these backers are Chinese people. Because, you know, Simon from China. And I'm guessing a lot of this is Chinese themed. 3D Battlements. Everybody knew this was coming, didn't they? So you get that. Plastic token pack, why not? Extra tile pack, if it's different, yeah, why not? Massive Darkness 2 crossover pack. That's actually really good if you got that. If you got that right, but do you really want to bring the heroes from Massive Darkness over into this? Is that what it's doing? I don't know. Frost dice, anything to get rid of those dice that they're giving you. Those terrible Monopoly dice. But even so, the Frost dice, they don't look anything nice. The Jade ones at least have some marbling in them. But still, I'm not a fan of the dice. I don't know. Alright, so I've gone through it all. There's so much bulk. I mean, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, there's a lot of bulk. And look at that, only 3 videos by the end of it. Right, so if you click on any of these, it basically just tells you the hero and basically tells you one thing about them. It doesn't show you the sheet, their actual character sheet. It doesn't show you that they've got any AI or anything like that. It just makes them look so simple. These updates are just telling you who it is. I mean, let's just click one. Daily unlock. Here it is, Rakshida. A little bit of lore. And then he's a tricky foe to take down. What's going on with these buttons? He's bloodthirsty shapeshifter, tricky foe to take down, and they all. Hiding behind other zombies. Don't they all hide behind a zombie when they get spawned? To avoid attacks aimed at. Better put it down quickly because with a slash of its claws it deals additional wounds to each survivor in its zone. So what you're saying is it has a cleave attack. Nice and simple. Cleave attack and doesn't... He's going to have to get into melee distance anyway, isn't it? It doesn't matter if he's behind zombies and stuff like that. Bodai, bit of lore. She's a natural leader on the battlefield. She commands allies and troops with ruthless efficiency. How does that work? While her allies cut down the lesser foes around her, Kodai swoops in to take on the big guns. That is just like another bit of lore. So nothing special with them. So everything they're unlocking here is loosey-goosey loose. Loose. Kickstarter is terrible at the minute. It really is. GameFound is where all the good stuff is at the minute. It's true. Bottom up. This is an absolute joke. Estimated shipping costs is a joke. It really is. Avalanche. What's the Avalanche? Is that the all-in pledge? Hey, $380 is not bad for all that plastic, is it? Still though, when you talk about storage and getting all these to the table, it's a little bit messy, isn't it? I mean, what are you deciding to bring to the table when you've got all this? Oh, that's a headache in itself, you know. And you know, potentially you might be using this. You bring in all of the baddies from the boxes to mix it up so you've got individual baddies, but that's really expensive to get like individual baddies coming out during the game. But I mean, it is what it is, and yeah, they're saying only 60, maximum 62 to the US if you're on that. That's actually good for all that. I wonder what the weight of all that is. Now, it says VAT will be calculated on the pledge manager. In the pledge manager. That's terrible English. I told you they are Chinese. VAT will be calculated in the pledge manager for countries that are part of the European Union or UK. Click here to see VAT for each country. So this is VAT free, peeps. Oh dear. So when you put that on, that's a 500 pledge, is it? Is it 500? I don't know. I don't know, when you put shipping on, it's 500. So, I guess most people were ready for that. When the new Zombicide was coming, they had a 500 budget for it. It's a shame this isn't on GamePhone, but you could have stretch paid it, because 500 paid over. When's this due? When do they think it's due? May next year. So you could have easily done a 10-month stretch pay, and it would have just been $50 a month. That would totally be okay. But hey, this is Kickstarter, and you've got to hit that on the nose. This is a real bad thing about Kickstarter at the minute. They need to kind of copy what GamePhone have done, because imagine if you could pledge this and then say, I will pay this over 10 months. It would be more friendly for the pledger. Because on GamePhone, you've got your minimum pledger, like a $1 pledger, then you've got the stretch payers, and then you've got the whale pledgers. There's 3 types of backers. But on Kickstarter, you've got the $1 pledger, and you've got the whale pledger. That's more of, just come over to GamePhone next time, Simon, please. Because I'm sure you get more backers if you do stretch pay. But there we go, 26,000 comments. Holy smoke. Mounted Genghis, please. Will there be a stretch goal for a nice box to fix the stretch goals? That'll never happen. Have Simon ever done that? Are you looking for a miracle, Michael Bornhoft? Corey Mayer says, not unlocked yet, but historically it's one of the last stretch goals. Is it really, Corey? I don't think I've ever come to the final campaign day. That'll be interesting if they do a giant box. You'll have to sync that on your pledge if that comes too. Alright, there you go. Zombicide White Death, that's my final thoughts. Yeah, there's some interesting boxes there for sure that you want to add in. The game still is very, very streamlined. It's not very deep. It's more arcade style. It's for the casual gamer, and I'm pretty sure the campaign mode is fun to go through. The turtles are going to be fun to play through. It's going to look good with a 3D wall, but there's not much between the heroes. They're all using the same weapons, and it's more of defending the wall that makes it more interesting, isn't it? It's making it. But still, though, I mean, it's not the title for me, but I can see the appeal of that kind of aspect. Where once a year you're going to come on for the Simon Kickstarters, and when you see a Zombicide, you're going to get it because you're a collector, maybe. And you're going for that whale pledge, and that's just the way you rock and roll. And you've probably got a Calyx shelf now with about almost 9x9 for the Zombicide. You've just got. I would love to see that, a Calyx with all the Zombicides on the shelf. But that'd be like 9 times 5. That's $4,500 to have that collection. Wow! Imagine spending over $4,000 on Zombicide. Yowza, that's kind of scary, isn't it? But anyway, this is looking like a 501 campaign. Simon again, putting the bulk in there. And I think I've often criticised Zombicide of having a lot of plastic on the shelves that you probably won't use, but again, there's a lot of abominations in the boxes, and at least weapon cards that you're going to put into this box. They've done it a little bit better, I guess, this time, but You know, because Guards of Atlantis 2, I keep calling it that. Is it wrong? I don't know. Editor. my brain is burned here. But in that game, you've got, I think it's something like 20 or 25 heroes. They're all so distinct, and when your players come around to play that game, they've got like this giant character selection screen here. And here for Zombicide, it's not really that much. It's like, which mini do you like, or which art do you like? But you know, hey. And you've got so many heroes. Maybe now, let's say there's 50 heroes. How are you supposed to pick from all of them? And if you're a painter, how many minis are in that now? Like 300 minis, it feels like. Anyway, Zombicide White Death. What do I think of it? I think the fact that it's tower defense almost, you're defending the wall. There's not that much space between the zombies coming in and the wall, so you're always going to be in their faces. You know, so it's highly action orientated. It's going to feel more stressful, I guess, and but there you go, and it'll probably take 90 minutes to play. So, yeah. But I guess the gameplay is going to be highly repetitive. Hopefully the campaign cards can mix it up a bit where it does feel different between each of them. And people do enjoy it when it comes. It says it's 1 hour play. 1 hour. I doubt that very much. We'll see. But anyway, do we recommend it? We don't recommend it, no. We never do recommend these. We do think they're a little bit of a hog for the shelf and a hog for the table when you've got all this stuff around. And you're probably not going to use all of it at the same time. You might not use any of it. There might be some of it you just don't use, so that there might be some redundancy. And we just wish they'd get off this rotation of Zombicide and just do something better with the IP. And if you're listening, Simon, it needs to be a hex crawl adventure, because, you know, Chip Theory Games have just kicked your ass. They were over 4.5 million. 4.5 million they were. And I think your IP in the board gaming industry is one of the biggest. So you just need to bring it into a hex crawl where you've actually got an adventure going across a map and facing the zombies, as you've got a good storyline of the world you're going in. That'd be so much better, Seymour. Come on. Surely you've had enough of rinse and repeat with these Zombicides. How many editions can you do? I keep calling it Simon. It's not Simon doing it, is it? It's Guillemot or whatever they're called. If you look at the box, the bottom right corner of the box, the guillotine, that's the developers. Simon are just the publishers here. So, I don't know, Simon, maybe you should crack that whip and ask the Guillemot, whoever they are, that company, to make this the last one and change into a different genre for Zombicide, because it needs it, I guess, and it needs to evolve. Yeah. So with that, hopefully this is more of a positive final thoughts, because I think when I did my first video of it, I just went absolutely bananas and negative against it. So this is a more positive video because, you know, there is credit where credit is due here, and they've obviously appealing to the fan base. They brought over 1,000 new backers in, which is good to see, and it's probably bringing in a lot of people from China because of the Chinese theme, and a lot of these monsters and things that they're bringing in mean nothing to me, but it might mean a lot to people in the East. So, you know, it is what it is. That's Zombicide White Death. I'd love to know, because what happens on my videos is a lot of people, you know, my video is time-stamped, you know, it is as relevant as today, and that's it. Because in a year's time when you get the game, it's different, it feels better and all that stuff. Often people come back on my channel and say, you were negative to this game and it's absolutely fantastic. Well, that's great. That's great. I mean, there's been a year since my video. It's had time to change. It's had time to do whatever, you know. And I'm glad you're happy with it. But you really need to come back and tell me. Like I forgot about those games. Yeah, no one's watching those videos anymore. You know? No one looks at my channel views. But for example, when I do a video, it's only relevant for when it's on Kickstarter, when it's on Late Pledge, and that's it. And I get the odd views of people coming back to see what I said about the game that they had. They'd like to tell me about it. But it's irrelevant then. At the end of the day, if you back to enjoy it when it comes and forget my negativity on the project, at the end of the day, I'm just a guy in the pub. And when you go in the pub, he told you his thoughts on it, and you just disagree with him. That's it. That's as much as it goes. So yeah, there you go. I hope you have a good time with it. But I'll tell you that if someone brought Zombicide White Death to the board game night, I'd give it a blast. You know, I'm not against the franchise. I just wish it had loftier ambitions. So on that bombshell, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and think about subscribing to the channel if you like this kind of editorial critique that we like to do here. This is Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy. You take care, stay safe, and bye-bye for now. And is that big box coming? I want to see that. I might come back just to see if the guy in the comments was right. So, anyway, bye for now.